Welcome in to the Week 8 edition of the Fearless Football Forecast, powered by Greenville Utilities on Pirate Radio 1250 930 and online at reflector.com. My name is Clip Rock. Tony Castleberry's here.
Right here.
Jordan Anders is right there.
Yes, sir.
How you guys doing today?
We're good.
Fantastic.
It's 3 dudes and 6 Twitter accounts, I think, between all of us, right? I have 2, you have 2, and with hot takes. With hot takes.
Oh, I've got 2.
Yeah, see there?
Yep. People are really interested in that. All right, Tony Castleberry.
What?
We're going to start with North Pitt today because the North Pitt Panthers are coming off a win.
Yes.
Like what Dave Bull's doing over there.
I predicted that win.
You said they would beat Northside, and the Panthers did just that.
That's right.
This week, they are at home. Southwest Edgecombe comes to town.
Yep.
Can the Panthers keep that mo going?
Well, by mo you mean momentum, right?
I do.
Okay. Southwest Edgecombe is pretty good, according to that 6-0 record that I'm seeing on these notes that Jordan typed. And they had a bye week last week. And I don't know. I mean, I like North Pitt at home. You would think that maybe they could pull an upset there. They've had some success against Southwest in the not so distant past. But man, that rushing attack that Southwest has, they're averaging like 350 some yards per game on the ground. They also are really good defensively, from what I've seen. So unfortunately, I think that Dave Bowles' group is going to fall to 2-5.
All right, Jordan. How about Green Central? The Rams on fire, putting up a ton of points.
Right.
Aiden Grifton had a good non-conference schedule and played well. Now they go into conference play, and they host that Rams juggernaut coming up this weekend. What kind of chances do you give Paul Cornwell and his guys this week?
This one's going to be interesting because, and like we talked about leading up to today, I mean, Aiden Grifton's won the last 6 against them, and some
it's an amazing stat.
Some of them haven't even been really close, but this Green Central team just is everything about them from years past does not apply this year. So with this being the first conference matchup for both teams, this is huge in terms of determining who's gonna be a front runner for winning that conference. And Green Central, as good as they are, on paper it looks like a mismatch, but I'm actually going to go with Aiden Grifton here. They're at home, and I think that they understand that if they don't beat Green Central, like their chance to win that conference is essentially over, because between Green Central and Kinston, that's probably going to be where that's at. So I'm gonna pick the Chargers to pull the upset.
I'm a little surprised by that.
I saw that.
Tony, what are you doing in this game?
I am all for Aiden Grifton here. I really am. No joke. I like the fact that they're at home. I think that the loss Aiden Grifton took last week kind of woke them up a little bit, and it's an opportunity for them to really make a statement. This is a statement game, and if Aiden Grifton can knock Green Central out of the ranks of the unbeaten, would maybe knock them out of the top 10 in the state with a win here. I like all the things that are on the table for Aiden Grifton. They got nothing to lose. They're going to go out there and they can fight. I think that they can really fight with Aiden Grifton. I think that they can stand toe-to-toe with them on the offensive line there. I like the running game. Yeah, I'm picking the upset too. Chargers.
Both Jordan and Tony going with the Chargers over the Rams on the Week 8 edition of the Fearless Football Forecast, powered by Greenville Utilities. Guys, Farmville Central is at Washington. When I jotted this game down, I thought, I like this game. This could be a good one. Jaguars headed to Beaufort County. What kind of chance do you give the Jaguars this week, Tony?
I like Farmville Central too. I really do. They get Shaft Parker back. I think that we can't overlook that. That's going to be huge. He's missed a lot of games, and the offense just has not run as smoothly with him not in there. Another team that's coming off a bye. We talked before we went on air here that the Ronnie Woodward effect has really taken an effect on me. He likes picking teams after they come off a bye week. I think that Farmville Central had a chance to heal, Shaft Parker being the main guy there, that they got healthy. I think that running game is going to get back on track. I think they're going to. I don't know if you could call it an upset though, because they're 3-3. Washington's 2-3, but Washington has beat Conley this year. So I guess going in, you would say that this is kind of an upset, but I think Farmville Central will get a road win.
I'd call it an upset. Jordan, who do you like in this one?
I'm going to step on the other side and take Washington here. With Farmville Central, they'll get Shaft Parker back, but there's so many moving parts with that team right now. They are really beat up. And talking to Scott Gardner last week, he said they're trying to piece together an offensive line. They got a bunch of guys who have some nagging injuries who play both sides because that's not a very deep team. And I think that's going to be, and we mentioned in here, Farmville Central hasn't won a conference opener since 2006. So
I noted that actually, but I just forgot it when I made my pick.
Right. And
not important stat.
So I'm gonna go with Washington here. There's too much going on at Farmville Central. They really need to get some guys back and get healed up, and I don't think that's gonna help them this week. I'm gonna go with the Pam Pack.
You're wrong.
We'll find out Friday night. Guys, CB Aycock coming to DH Conley, and Jordan Conley got the bye coming off the win over JH Rose. What do you think they do on Friday night?
Well, I mean, we talked last week. The momentum carrying off of a win like that is huge, and they had the off week, and they're going up against an Aycock team that beat Southern Wayne last night. But Southern Wayne has been easily the worst team in that conference, especially since South Central has picked up their act a little bit. So I'm gonna go with the Vikings here. There's too much. I feel like that performance against Rose was the kind of a microcosm of what they can be if everything is working at the same time. Because early in the year it was all offense and no defense. The defense played so well against Rose, which was probably the biggest surprise of all. And I think they'll be able to shut Aycock down. Aycock's got a good quarterback in Jake Flowers who threw 6 touchdowns last night. But I'm gonna go with the Vikings to keep that momentum rolling.
Boy, I know these kids are in great shape, Tony, but 2 games in 4 nights, that's rough.
You mean Tuesday night.
That also doesn't help.
Yeah, you mean Tuesday night.
That's rough.
But it is. It's ridiculous. I don't think that they should be having that quick of a turnaround.
Right.
That's a different discussion for a different day.
No, we're going to get into it now.
Yeah, I don't like football. I think it really destroys young brains.
Who do you like in this game?
I'm picking Conley all the way. I think Holton Ahlers is as good as he has been all year. I think he's about to take another step. I really do. I feel like that offense is really starting to click the way we saw it early in the year. And I mean, Aycock, has 3 wins, but the teams they beat a 1A team, they beat a 2A team, and that winless Southern Wayne team on Tuesday night.
Yep.
So all those factors, I think Conley wins going away.
All right, Tony, how about JH Rose coming off a win against South Central where, they pulled away, but South Central kept it close. What happens when they take on Southern Wayne this week?
I think they get well. That Southern Wayne team is not very good. I mean, they had 34 points all season until scoring 35 on Tuesday night. That leads me to believe that they're not going to be able to keep up with Rose. Even if they can score, they're not going to be able to score as often as Rose does. I think Rose wins that one easy. I think they move to 5-2 and get their second win in the league.
South Central, just mentioned, they hung around with Rose. That was good to see, and a losing effort. And now they go to New Bern. And I don't know, maybe going for another moral victory here, Jordan. Can the Falcons stick with the Bears?
Seeing the game against Rose that you mentioned, Rose pulled away, but I came away super impressed with the way South Central played, and I mean, like I said, they just they made a few mistakes down the stretch that let Rose kind of clamp down in the second half and get a couple scores in between them. But for the first half they went toe to toe with them, and this is going to be a tough matchup. If they were at home, I might be more inclined to lean towards the upset pick here, but they've got to go to New Bern, and I'm going to. I think they'll play well. I don't think they're going to go and get blown out or anything. Robert Rapp's playing really well, but I'm gonna go with the Bears.
There you have it, the Week 8 edition of the Fearless Football Forecast, powered by Greenville Utilities. Tony and Jordan like Southwest Edgecombe over North Pitt. They like Aiden Grifton to pull the upset against Green Central. Tony likes Farmville Central at Washington. Jordan's taking the Pam Pack. Tony and Jordan liking Conley, Rose, and New Bern to pick up victories this weekend. Enjoyed it, fellas, and we will see you next week.
You know it.
Absolutely.